This is lesson 11, in which we'll go through our third VHDL example by designing a majority circuit. Here's a truth table with 4 inputs, A, B, C, D, and an output F. And the output F will be 1 if the majority of input bits are 1. That is, if we have 3 or more input bits of 1. So here's the truth table, and we'll use our Carnot maps to find a reduced equation for F. So here's the Carnot map. We have minterm 7 right here, and then we have minterm 11, 13, 14, and 15. 11, 13, 14, and 15. So you see we can cover these with 4 circles, and this one is just going to be B and C and D. This one will be A and B and C. This one will be A and B and D. And this last one is A, B goes away, and C and D. Okay, so here's the logic equation. So we can just write a VHDL program and write this logic equation in the architecture. So here's the entity. A, B, C, D are inputs, F's an output. And the architecture is just the logic equation that we derived from the Carnot map. We'll make a top-level design with 4 switches as inputs, 3 down to 0. And we'll just need 1 LED, but notice that since LD is defined in the UCF file is of type standard logic vector, we need to define it as 0 down to 0, even though it's only a single bit. We can't use standard logic because LD is defined as a standard logic vector. Here is the architecture for the top-level design. Remember, we have to define the component declaration here between architecture and begin. This is majority 4, the inputs A, B, C, D, and output F. In the output, we will just use a port map to wire it up. So A, B, C, and D are connected to switches 3, 2, 1, and 0, and F is connected to LD sub 0. Well, here's the active HDL simulation, and you'll see that sure enough our output LD sub 0 here is 1 only if we have 3 or more 1s. We have 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and 4 here. So our majority circuit worked. You can now go ahead and download this program into your FPGA board after you've implemented it and check it out on the board to see if the lights come on when you turn on 3 or more switches.